It's a crusty, revolting lie to believe that Weezer's discography is defined anymore by songs like My Name is Jonas and Butterfly. No, 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 it's been too long and they've made their bed and they've laid in it until the sweat stains are borderline biohazardous. When I think of Weezer, I now think Everybody Get Dangerous, Island in the Sun, I'm Your Daddy, Mexican Fender, and you know what? I'm now okay with that. It's time to let go, man. There are worse enemies in the musical world than a dorky band that are no longer pretending that they're not dorky. The only thing that's changed over time is that they're now old enough to be cookout uncles. When I listen to the Black Album now, I don't get angry, I just think of grilled lamb chops, man. Potato salad and shit. Weezer's music is borderline unacceptable, but if anyone's got to take one for the team, then I'm glad it's Rivers and the crew. OK Human is arguably the first dignified Weezer album in a long time, and I say arguably because I would argue against that. I still think it's embarrassing, but for brand new reasons in the Weezer canon. All it's told me is that they could have credibly released albums like Make Believe and the Red Album if they had luscious string arrangements, which suddenly makes Rivers' horrific pop culture references and facile observations about the modern world completely okay, Human. While the shit-faced vapidity on Make Believe is ironic and self-knowing, making songs like Beverly Hills good, the We Live in a Society storytelling on OK Human is extremely sincere and heartfelt, which is what makes this even more of a hoot than before. Leaving the rock guitars and power chords in the fridge for another day, what we instead have here is a bunch of parry grip ringtones with strings, and to its credit, they're real addictive, but not like jerk seasoning or MSG, more like when you discover what white pepper can do to a mac and cheese sauce for the first time. It's honestly not that special, but because it's Weezer, it feels like a big step forward. The triple whammy lyric, all my favorite songs are slow and sad, all my favorite people make me mad, everything that feels so good is bad, suddenly doesn't sound as suited for a Fisher-Price chatter telephone, because now there's a cello underlining it. Regarding these lyrics, like the average property manager, I normally wouldn't even care to respond. But the thing is, I think on OK Human, Rivers comes the closest to being able to tap into a very serious dread, but it sure as hell won't be during any time when he directly references something like Kim Jong-un or Blackpink to be timely. Thank God this jellyfishing prodigy hasn't written an SNL monologue. It's on tracks like Aloo Gobi, and probably only Aloo Gobi, where there's such a vague tap into the feeling of alienation, realizing you're in a dead cycle of the same shit, same places, same curry. The chorus convinces me of it. Oh my god, what am I doing with my life? The melody even seems to cry to an unseen audience, almost as if to scream to any fourth wall that might just break if he tries hard enough. It goes so well until he drops that line about his flavorless chai. I wouldn't say it's the only strong concept on the record though. I think that despite the real embarrassing setup for the album as a whole, you do get a song like Numbers, where Rivers comforts us over farcical numbers like IQ and height, personifying them as bullies that will kick you down and make you feel like piss and shit, maybe a little cum. But at least it's a little bit funny the way he describes them. Numbers are out to get you. Numbers, ooh. It's like he's telling us to beware of the fucking numberjacks, which I do get. Your ability to take Broadway-ass songs like Playing My Piano and Here Comes the Rain seriously will probably depend on how fed up you are of Weezer's lollygagging, but if you already are, I don't know why you'd listen to this in the first place anyways. Like, come on. Spend your time listening to something you actually enjoy, like fucking Pavement or some shit.
Kim Jong-un could blow up my city, I never know.
Playing My Piano rightly feels like the centerpiece for the album, probably because it explicitly mentions how getting lost in playing his piano is how Rivers finds an escape from the world that he supposedly feels disconnected to. And I believe him on that, considering his descriptions of it are so out of touch. The world of OK Human is very much Rivers' own head. It makes sense that the rest of the band's presence isn't felt because an orchestra is in their place instead. It makes a song like the Elbow Light Mirror Image feel more poignant, because while it is about his wife, it also evokes the fear of losing her, and how what would be left is, literally, a mirror image of himself. I'm not going to pretend that OK Human is some brave redemption arc for Weezer. For every great move like Gratitude and the credit song to Jackass 3D, they then have a real stinky poo-poo move like the Teal album and Do You Wanna Get High. But considering their track record, you might be surprised at how much I did warm up to this album, even if its sociological thesis has more holes than a bucket with lots of holes in it. You wouldn't catch me dead complimenting it in public. In fact, if you spot me and ask me about it, I'll very firmly say, it's shite mate, and then bark twice. Deep enough for only the most self-loathing surgeon to reach. There's a part of me that does care. Now let's sit on the classroom floor with our arms and legs crossed and politely wait for Van Weezer.